Even now, this world is full of people. There are so many, and yet they all fit into two neatly defined categories. I have this idea about all that. The concept is constantly turning over in my mind, and I want you to help me refine it. All right, so let's say you were a guy. What's the most attractive quality in a woman? Sure, that stuff's all great and whatever. Let me do a little rephrasing. What's the first thing your eyes fall upon? You'd think that. I used to be that way back when I was young and naive. Let me tell you a little secret. It's all about the legs. True passion is in the legs, covered by the thin fabric of knee socks. Technically over the knee socks and thigh highs, but they all fall into the same category. That absolute zone. The perfect hint of bare thigh between socks and the hem of the skirt. Like rosy-fingered dawn spreading her rays on the horizon. Pure, unfettered perfection. So, do you like knee socks? That's a shame. I think they'd really suit you. Let me convince you. I'll find us a perfect knee sock model. You'll see the Holy Grail. Introductions are in order. This is Carrie.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Carrie Yu. Just came over from the Singapore branch.
We've only just met, actually. She's here in the Far East on leave. She was ecstatic when I told her the plan. She extended her leave and had her God Arc sent right over.
I've wanted to visit the Far East ever since I was a kid. I used to love the Booga Rally show. So, I came.
That's the long and short of it. Everyone ready to get going? Whew. Tell me something. How do you feel about older women? And men, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I'm not asking about me. The knee sock quest taught me quite a bit. I think when it comes to leg fashion, there may be a more tasteful choice. Don't worry if you're hesitant. The love will come in time. I've grown beyond the appeal of knee socks. My scope is so much grander now. My new desire is to see all that lovely skin covered up. After all, imagination is proof of life. So what do you say? Care to make my new dream come true? Too bad, though. I think this would really suit you. Let me change your mind. I'll find a perfect model and you'll see the glory. Meet Camille. She's here on a mission guarding supply shipments from the West. Très bien.
I still cannot believe he hit on me while I was on duty. Oh, I'm Camille Rembrandt from the Marseille branch. Honored to make your acquaintance. Indeed? Can you believe it? What made you think that was a good idea?
There's so much more to life than your duty, Camille. You must mix business and pleasure.
Well, maybe I'll just have to take you up on your offer then, and see the real Far East.
Sounds great to me. Whew. Damn shame. Tell me, do you enjoy sushi? It's simple. Rice and a topping, nothing more. I feel that minimalism is key. It was a flash of inspiration. Such simplicity is a gift to be cherished. Slow down there, kid. You're getting ahead of me. But I think I see where you're coming from. This newest desire is rather simple. Bare legs. Legs are naturally wonderful on their own. Won't you show me your unembellished beauty? It's unfortunate. I think it really suits you. Let me show you. I'll find us a model with perfect legs and our Grail quest continues. Come on, can you forget all that? For me, for Haru.
Only if I can ask the same of you.
Oh, hey.
Ah.
You took your sweet time. Meet the lovely Inez. She just came in from the Rio de Janeiro branch for an inspection.
So, you're in the blood unit? Haru's told me all about you. I'm Inez Almeida. It's great to finally meet you. Yes and no. He was hitting on me 2 years ago when we were both in Russia on assignment.
That's right. Pure coincidence we ran into each other. I invited her along to celebrate.
And I was eager to join you. I'd love to see the blood unit in action.
I guarantee you're in for a real treat, Inez. All right then. Time to do what we do best. Whew. We've been searching for the Grail for a long time, you and I. I think I finally understand. Do you remember the very beginning? When I asked what part of a woman you look at? You said the chest, and I laughed. I said you were young. But something's been on my mind. I'm so sorry. I beg your forgiveness, my friend. It is the chest. I finally understand. A true woman doesn't need particular clothing. It was you. You're the one who showed me the way. It was you all along. Your unyielding modesty showed me the light. You knew the truth before we began this quest. A man will always return to the beloved bosom. I said there was no need to embellish, and yet I'm the one who's been embellishing. Now we return to the truth, the promised land. I have one final favor to beg of you. Ah, pity. I think it'd really suit you. It won't be easy to find a paragon of perfect proportions, but I will. I swear to you. I've gone back to basics on this one. It's not about embellishment, it's about honesty. It wasn't easy to find a perfect candidate, even with all my connections. I felt so lost. But then, she appeared before me, like a gift from the gods themselves. Canon, come forth! I stumbled into her on my way here. Isn't she just perfect?
Haru? Don't you think it's just a little tight?
It's perfect. I cut back on fabric to inspire your gifts to rise to the challenge.
Ah, right, of course. Huh? Instructor, why are you here? The Promised Land?
Come, we must test this design to see its glorious beauty in action.
Okay, if you think so, let's go.
Whew.
Hey, Mon Capitan. I got a favor to ask. Starting today, we're gonna collect some new materials. That's right, it's God Arc overhaul time. Basically, every Fenrir branch has all kinds of ownerless, unattuned God Arcs just sort of lying around. Most of them want to be in the action, so they require a special touch to keep them dormant. I'm talking materials, man. But of course, you're 95% awesome by volume, so the items on your shopping list are a little more challenging. You know, sometimes I just browse the God Arc database. I find user preferences, fascinating. So, I got a question for you. When you gaze upon a God Arc, tell me, where do your eyes fall? So young. Yeah, that's an important element when it comes to winning fights. So let me do a little rephrasing. What part do you think is most attractive? You know, to an engineer. Ah, the chest. Oh, Captain, you are indeed a connoisseur. You see, it's the curve of the spine, the toned muscle of the back of the blade that truly gives it such power. Specialized strikes. People get so hung up on the edge. It's flashy and it's sharp, but without support, that blade is nothing. The finest God Eaters, the truly great, do see things with a different eye. Thank you. Thank you. Do any other parts draw your gaze? Entrance you? Now, there is a place that I am rather fond of. Oh, I've spent many an hour musing on it. The legs! Oh, Captain, you are most discerning. Like a sommelier of God Arc vintages. The parts that join the flesh of God Arc, that make it a God Arc. Those little connections that facilitate transformation. In the early days of God Arcs, we're talking like classics. The way the legs were constructed was critical. And now, with all the new type God Arcs, nothing beats a fine set of legs. Do any other parts draw your gaze? Entrance you? Now, there is a place that I am rather fond of. Oh, I've spent many an hour musing on it.
Hey, Mon Capitan! It's almost time to go. What are you two chatting about, huh? Having fun?
Just discussing the merits of anatomy. You know, the chest, the legs, that sort of thing.
Ah, so young. You're still focused on that level. I miss those halcyon days.
Wait, what?
So very, very young. I was once like you. The only thoughts in my head were of bust lines and leggings. Ah, things were simpler then. And I am man enough to admit that I was once so easily led astray. But all of that, my little apprentices of appraisingness, is a thing of the past.
Really? Well, what are you into now, Haru? Come on, man, you gotta tell me.
The neck.
The neck? The neck! The end of a God Arc's handle. The one people so crudely toss away as though it's nothing. The grip, the disdain.
That's right, little brother. The neck is where everything comes together. Or perhaps it is where everything begins. Its thickness, length, subtle curves. Yes! These alone determine the beauty of an entire silhouette against a moonlit night.
Of course. How could I have been so blind? Yet now, it's as if the sky is open above and the purifying rain falls.
Don't beat yourself up, kid. It's a long road to maturity. Good thing you've got me to guide you on the way. You've taken yet another step on your quest, on your journey towards the Grail. What an auspicious omen to begin a mission!